Hello everyone. Are you ready for graphene batteries? Because graphene batteries are ready for you. What I mean is, all the things that we've said to be impossible have been overcome. Every single one of them. Every single thing that we thought was impossible has been overcome. So what do we need? What do you need? Are you ready for graphene batteries? Graphene batteries do not catch on fire, right? All these fires you see with bicycle fires and all those things, that becomes completely irrelevant with graphene. There's no fires with graphene, okay? The materials are readily available. The cycle life is 20,000 cycles or more, right? Versus like 1,000 cycles when you start losing a lot of capacity, right? Graphene is better in every single way, right? If you ask for graphene, you'll get it. If everyone asks for graphene, we'll get graphene. Ask manufacturers to bring us graphene batteries. That's pure graphene batteries, the high quality graphene batteries, right? Let your distributors know that sell e-bikes, that sell scooters, let them know that you want graphene, okay? You have to say, I'm ready for graphene. You have to say it like that, right? I'm ready for graphene. We want graphene. Please bring us graphene. Manufacturers will bring it, and I'm asking manufacturers as well. I'm asking manufacturers to just step into the future, the one that you're creating every single day, and step into the future of graphene and create that, because we're ready for it. You're ready for it. Your company's ready for it. Everyone's ready for it. And it's safer. Insurance companies will love it, right? Because look, you're not going to have the liability of the battery potentially catching on fire, right? How many bicycle fires are there? I know that those are mostly the low quality cells, right? Or the good cells that don't have the proper wires, or don't have the good BMSs, or don't have the higher charge rates, right? And also, I'm finding out that the good cells, even the best cells in lithium, can have cheap materials in them. And that can also allow the battery to explode. So just because a battery is of the highest quality, of the highest quality name, it can still have cheap materials in it. I'm being told this, right? This is what's being told to me. So if we step into graphene, that all becomes no longer an issue. It's not a problem at all, right? Because graphene is not going to explode. It can actually have a higher temperature too. And the cycle life's really good. The charging is great. You can charge, look, I'm charging this battery at 25 amps, right? Well, it's at 24.9 amps. Let's bring it back up to 25. Oh, it's there. It's 25. Okay, I'm charging this at 25 amps, which is 2,425 watts, right? Which is good. That's good, right? We're used to charging at 5 amps, 10 amps. Some people are running two 10-amp chargers now. Voro Motors offers the 10-amp charger, variable current charger, which is wonderful. I'm very happy to see that technology being offered to people that need it, right? Otherwise, everybody has to buy a Roger charger, right? By Voro Motors offering a variable current, variable amperage charger, it lets people stay with their company they want to stay with, right? People like to stay with the manufacturer they bought the scooter from. Right? Everyone prefers to do that. But some of us have to go outside of the manufacturer and go beyond the manufacturer, if I say it that way. I hate to say it that way, but if the manufacturer can't keep up with the needs of the customers, then people start looking around, right? I had to look for a charger that would let me charge all my scooters, no matter what the voltage was, and let me choose the amperage, because if I'm in a hurry, I have to charge fast, right? But also knowing what the limits of the battery are, right? Like this battery is supposed to be limited at, if my research and study is correct, this battery can handle 30 amps. Please confirm that on your own though. This is a 15 amp charger, and it's allowing me to do 25 amps, which is wonderful. That charger must be over engineered, right? Why is it letting me charge at 10 more amps than it's rated for, right? I'm very happy with that. Roger charger. It's the Roger charger. Just look up Roger charger on YouTube, and you'll find out how to connect with Roger. Alien Ride's website also sells a hypercharger, which is, I think, the same charger with some different options on it. Like it lets you, it limits your current, so you can't accidentally overcharge the battery. It actually detects the resistance, I think, is what it's doing. So, but graphene, which is what this video is about primarily, imagine, so I'm charging at 25 amps, which a lot of people would never do. Or oh no, I don't want to ruin my battery. Imagine if you could charge at 120 amps and not ruin your battery at all. That's graphene. 120 amps. You know how fast you could charge? I'm at an electric vehicle charging station right now. I'm charging. Where do you think I'm getting all those watts from? I can't charge at home with that kind of power. I mean, unless I plugged into 220. But that level 2 charging station right there is a 220 or 240 volt outlet, right? And it has the power. This battery is staying ambient temperature. It's not even getting warm right now. When I feel the bottom of the battery, and I know the BMS, the battery management system, will stop the charging if that battery gets hot at all, if it starts getting into the dangerous temperatures. The only concern I'm told to watch for is the battery, the plugs that go from the battery, from the ports here to the BMS or to the battery could possibly not be big enough, and I'm asking the manufacturer, please, I'm reaching out right now, to please increase the gauge of that wire if that's needed, okay? Because some of us are going to charge at the maximum amperage the battery can handle, which on this battery, it's a 45 amp hour battery, 94 volts fully charged, 45 amp hour battery, right? That's like 3,860 watt hours, right? That means I can charge this battery at the power I'm putting in it right now. At that wattage I'm putting into it, it'll charge in like less than an hour and a half, right? Because I'm charging at 2,446 watts. But about 50 of those watts are running the charger, just running the fan and everything. But I'm ready for graphene. Everyone's ready for graphene because everyone wants more cycle life. Everyone wants the ability to charge faster without compromising cycle life, right? We know about G batteries. Everyone knows about G batteries because I talk about them all the time. But that company's working in private industry, if I call it that. I don't know if that's the right words. Everything they do is not for the public right now. We don't have direct access to it. You know, G Batteries found a way through high voltage pulses, if I understand correctly. You could read their patents, right? Their patents are on the internet. They applied for 45 patents. They're charging lithium really fast and they're extending cycle life. And a lot of the smartest people on the planet say that's impossible. They still say that, right? And that company's doing it though. You know, everything that's impossible can be done. Everything that's impossible can be overcome, right? It can be overcome. That's just the nature of the existence of the place we live in this universe. That's the nature of existence. It's anything is possible. It really is. Okay? Now people can make jokes about that. Fine, go ahead. But let me ask you this. If you could do anything that you set your mind to, and I'm talking about good things, not bad things, right? I'm talking about ethical, moral, humanitarian things. Okay? Because when you start wanting to do bad things, then you're going against nature, and you're going against a lot of powerful forces. It's a really bad idea to get in bad to go that direction, the bad direction, right? We don't want to do that. We've had enough of that. We have a dark history, right? We have enough of war already. We need to move away from all that, and we need to move to how to create peaceful coexistence, collaboration, worldwide solution-oriented collaboration, and start learning that right away, right? Right next to when we learn to write our name and sign our name and date, our papers in school. When we first start school, we need to learn about worldwide solution-oriented collaboration, and we need to work together as a world community, right? To be supportive to each other and for everyone's needs to be met. They really can, because there's enough for everyone. Let's shift into graphene right away. This needs to be done right away. So if that means working, like I recommend, what my recommendation would be is work with Voro Motors to work with Rumble Motors, and all manufacturers to work with Rumble Motors. Unless you want to start manufacturing your own batteries, you can do both those at the same time. But Rumble Motors is making it happen. They're doing this, right? You can buy their batteries right now. That's my understanding, that you could buy those batteries. It takes about a month or a month and a half to get your battery when you order it. And you can buy their scooters with their graphene batteries. You can choose the graphene battery option. And if you just want to buy a battery, I think that's a possibility as well if you give them measurements and specifications, right? Like BMS, battery management system specifications, and measurement specifications, right? And drawings too. They prefer drawings as well. But Rumble Motors is really making it happen right there. And everyone's trying to create the future, right? That's what we do every single day. We're making things better and better. We're improving things better and better, right? Graphene, we're ready for it. So my recommendation is start talking about what you're doing. Make it happen. Make it happen. Make it happen. Just do this. We need it. We're ready for it. And, these scooters, micromobility, there's no reason that we should have to charge our scooters for hours, right? I mean, one of the most shocking things that I've encountered is when I look at Segway. Segway has very advanced engineering, right? And when I bought the Segway GT2, and they told me I have to wait 8 hours for the battery to charge, that didn't make sense to me. I was like, what, 8 hours? Because Segway has battery technology that can charge in like 1 hour, right? On different systems, not on their micromobility, but like different, what am I trying to say? I know they have batteries that can charge very, very fast, right? Segway they are selling those, I don't know what you call them, the power stations. Those power stations that work like I guess you could call it a generator, but it's just a battery, right? You can charge it with solar panels. Those things charge up extremely fast. I don't know what kind of battery's in there. I don't know if it's like lithium polymer or what's in there, but they can charge in like an hour, right? So why can that battery charge, right? The same capacity battery, right? The same watt hours can charge in 1 hour, and then the same watt hour battery in the scooter, the Segway GT2, takes 8 hours, right? I just thought this doesn't make sense. And when I talked to Segway about it, Segway said, they said, oh, well, I asked them if they have a faster charger. And Segway said, no, we haven't been asked that. Or we haven't, what did they say? I don't recall their response to me on that one. It was something like they hadn't thought about that or something. And I was like, how could they not think about giving customers the choice to charge faster, right? I don't know anyone that wouldn't want to have the choice to charge their scooter in a really short time period, like 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, right? This is possible with graphene, and it's possible when companies like Segway, Voro Motors, Mini Motors USA, big companies make it happen. And micromobility is very new right now in the way that it is now. Like this expansion, this explosive expansion, like it's just like unbelievable. It's like, explosive is not a good word for it, but it's like exponential is the better word, right? Everything's like multiplying. There's so many models, so many possibilities, right? How competitive do you think it's going to make your company when you start offering batteries that can charge in a super short time period, right? A lot of people said they would never pay thousands of dollars for a scooter, but what happened was we all bought the Xiaomi M365 and those scooters that got us started, right? And we just kept getting scooters that were a little bit more expensive, a little bit more expensive, and a little bit more expensive. And we all like experienced how we wanted better brakes, we wanted better tires, we wanted better suspension, we wanted more performance, more power, more range. And we are there right now where we need faster charging. That's the next thing. It's now. We're ready for it. And I know it may make the price go a little higher, or possibly even a lot higher at first, but let's do it. Let's make it happen. I know you guys can do it. Anything can be done. Anything is possible. All the companies are making scooters right now, the best scooters in the world, know that because they're already doing the impossible. Everyone's been told they can't do what they're doing. There's not anyone that gets past that, right? Ask any famous person in anything, a painter, a singer, an architect, everything that we have in this world, everyone's been told that what they want to do is impossible, a pipe dream, you're dreaming, you're in the clouds, you're pie in the sky. I don't know, there's so many ways to make fun of people and put people down, and everyone's been through it, right? You know, I've been through it with this channel. I hear all the, that's why I turned the comments off. I was like, this is just distracting me. I can't, you know, I can't be distracted. What I'm doing is too important to me. What I'm learning is too important to me to allow myself to be distracted by someone going, oh, you're stupid. You must have not taken a science class. And here I'm thinking, you know, what can I say to someone that's telling me that I'm not studying when that's all that I do, right? I've read hundreds of thousands of books. I used to check out 100 books, oftentimes several times a week, and sometimes every other day, right? And sometimes every day, right? That can be done if you just study day and night, and just sleep a couple hours, right? Falling asleep on the books, right? I've done this for so many years, right? How many books is that? And I know that when I read a book, the book is never going to define the future. A book is telling us a story, a perspective, a point of view. It's sharing an experience or a collection of experiences, right? Anyone that reads a book and says, this book tells us everything we will ever need to know, and it's the law from now on. That's it. Everything else, if anyone says anything that's not in this book, they're stupid, uneducated, and all these negative, irrelevant words, right? Irrelevant to what the mission is, right? What's the mission? The mission is to make a business. The mission is to succeed in delivering quality products that meet the needs of the customers, even when the customers don't even realize they need it, right? What if someone buys a scooter and they don't realize that scooters can fast charge, but they one day learn, oh, I can charge my scooter instead of plugging it in and having to wait hours to charge it. I could plug it in for 20 minutes and have an 80% charge and go riding for several hours with my friends again. How many people you think would be happy with that? Yeah, that's a real experience, right? That's something we've all experienced. Oh, I have to charge my scooter, you know. I was talking with the company that, I was talking with Mini Motors USA, which they're great there, they're amazing. But they didn't seem to comprehend, and I hate to say it that way because they're much smarter than I am, but it seemed like, and I'm going to word it differently, it seemed like they were having a difficult time grasping. The gentleman I was speaking with was a very nice people there. Those people are so smart. I don't even know how to tell you that, how smart they are. But when I was talking about the Dualtron Storm Limited, they seem to have this idea that there's no way to run the battery all the way out, and that if you did, there would be no need to ride it again in the same day. And I wasn't asking them, and maybe I just miscommunicated, I wasn't trying to ask them how much do they think I like to ride in one day. What I was trying to say was, I want to ride all day, and I might want to ride all day and all night. And I might want to ride fast all day and all night. And even the Dualtron Storm Limited has to be charged several times to be able to do that, right? I just rode this scooter on eco mode, right, which turns the power down, but gear 3, so gear setting 3, but eco mode here, this button pushed in. See how that button's pushed in? That's eco mode. That turns the power